come give me love. hero, the local. Whenever it's a motor, Bam. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. What a beautiful time it is to be alive, baby. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Woo! You can, you will, you are the best, man. Today is going to be one of the greatest days of our lives. I'm telling you right now, I can feel it. I can smell it. It's amazing. 63,000 for Bitcoin. We're going to talk about this cup and handle in the 7-minute time frame. Let's get that music back up and running. Let's get the energy going, baby. This is the stream that you want to be at. This is the positive energy. God has provided me with such an amazing exuberance for life. I'm super excited. Despite the death of my parents this year, my unexpected death of my mother on Thanksgiving, I choose to be close to God. I choose to spread positivity. My mom was the most positive woman in the world, and I'm going to continue that movement that she started inside of me. So everybody, I love you all. I appreciate you all. And I thank you so much for your time. Gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. Went to sleep in gratitude, woke up in gratitude, and I live in a state of constant gratitude. Everyone, I love you. I appreciate you. Let's get it going. Let's start the live stream. Let's break down Bitcoin like we do every single day. Shout out to each and every one of you for jumping on in. Let's jump into that chat, see what's happening in the chat. Just realized I didn't post my link to the group. We got to get the group up and running here. Shout out to all the beautiful people on the live. Wow, what is that? Where do we even get that? It's a giant mug. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Let's get the lemon into the water first things first. Let's stay hydrated and get the lemon into the water. Bang, bang, bang. Let's decalcify the pineal gland. First thing you got to do is take care of thyself. Drink water, stay hydrated, keep yourself going. Opened up a long last night that was actually in the money. Decided to take profits at this high point, kind of right where we're crossing now on this Sammy cup and handy to the upside. The only guy with an actual, chart pattern named after him, Sammy cup and handy in the game, the notorious Sammy cup and handy, right? And look at this. This is a cup and handle. How did I get the measured move to the upside? I did not trade this. It was choppy this morning, and I just didn't feel like it was the most amazing trade, but it is to the upside. The entry was right there, and you'd be plowing away in gains if you took the Sammy cup and handy to the upside. We're going to break this down. We're going to talk about why it's hot. We're going to talk about what's happening, and do I see us going higher? Nice short squeeze here for Bitcoin. We are getting a little overbought here, and a little bit of bearish div on this RSI. As you can see, this is swinging down. Well, that's swinging violently up. Tells you that we may get a quick pullback. This could just be a nasty little short squeeze here to the upside. But I gave an update to my students this morning. I said, hey, I could see a short squeeze to the upside of the 7-minute. That is the one thing that we're looking for. Liquidity on BOOKMAP is further to the downside. They want to fill this liquidity all the way down. It's further to the downside. Very, very interesting times. So this could definitely happen. And you can see there's a lot of liquidity below us all the way to 53,000, 55,000, 56K. Do we go down there? I've seen liquidity down here not get filled. One time when we had 39,000, they never got us brought down there. It could just be, but most likely we do go down there based on the years that we've been using BOOKMAP and the probabilities. Link to BOOKMAP in the description. I do get a commission if you want to jump on into BOOKMAP. Get Global Plus. I'm telling you right now, you can look at Solana on the perp. You can look at Bitcoin on the perp. You can look at the DX feed. And look, it even says here that the NQ is going to go to the upside. The NASDAQ has beautiful supply above us. This is telling us we're going to 50,000. The ESP, the S&P futures, we're going to the $55,080 level. There's just a lot of liquidity above us, way more than below us on the S&P futures. So it's telling us that S&P is likely going to get a bit of a reversal back to the upside. They got to print this money for the election. They got to print the money for all the things that they're doing. They continue to print. That's all they do, right? So that's why Bitcoin does numbers over time, because they continue to do it. Anyway, shout out to all you beautiful people here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. And the halving is coming. Let's see how close that halving is. A day and 15 hours, 5 minutes. Oh my goodness. Big times to be alive, right? So funny. That's so funny. Let's take a look here at, I just want to send a link to the trading group, which I usually do. Always something to do. Shout out to the almost 62,000 subscribers. We're on our way to 70,000 faster than fast. We're booming to the upside. It's been absolutely amazing. Shout out to all my beautiful people here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. We appreciate you. We love you. And we are so happy that you're here with us every single day. We're going to break down another idea for Bitcoin right away. We might even give you a live trade coming your way. Bang, bang, bang. All right. Let's jump on into that chat. Let's get it cracking. Shout out to everybody here on the live. 952 people here. Loving life. Thank you so much for jumping on in. Let's pop out that chat and let's get it going. I love talking to you all. You guys are amazing. Let's pin that pin message. If you want to join the trading group, we make it very easy. A big blue pin message at the top of the content, of this, of the chat here. You can hit it. Go to cryptolifer.com. Go to MEXC if you want to jump on a MEXC, or if you want to jump into my newsletter or iTrust Capital, we keep those right there for you right away. Shout out to my channel sponsors, iTrust Capital and Decrypted.tax. We appreciate you. And if you want to jump into both of those, we have a QR code on the overside. I don't know which side is that, right? On that side, and then we have Decrypted.tax right below me. You still have time to file for an extension, I believe, or if you need to kind of clean it up. Maybe there's some questions about your last few years. Maybe you want to know what's happening. All right? So check it out. Anyway, let's break down Bitcoin. The halving in 1 day and 12 hours. Also going to give you 3 hot coins around 11:15 that are going to blow your mind. So much coming your way. We're going to go over a bunch of stuff. Bang, bang, bang. And we're going to break it down. I'm trying to keep my vibration high. I have a crazy extrovert giving me a hard time. You're letting that person give you a hard time. You know what I mean? Nobody can give you a hard time. You are a force field of God and nature. Nobody could make you feel a certain way. They can vex you. They could, mess with you. But at the end of the day, you got to become your own person. All right? You can't let other people into your mind. You just can't. So look, there was a Sammy Cup and Handy short squeeze to the upside. I could see it happening before it happened. Also, bottom of the channel, you're likely to come to the top of that channel. And this is something that we broke down. If you were in my trading group, I gave you a 16-minute update before this even started. Look, 16-minute update. Breaking down exactly what's happening for Bitcoin, talking about what I saw. Look, and then you can see here, I'm going to eventually make the flag of the cup and handle. I'm going to tell you if we hold that key level, all we have to do is bounce back inside. I said if we lose this level, we'll drop to the downside. But if this comes back inside, this flag is going to break to the upside. We're going to get a bit of a 7-minute short squeeze. So I was saying, hey, we get back inside this pattern. I see Bitcoin headed to 63,796. And that's exactly kind of what happened as we're at 63,500 for Bitcoin and a little bit more liquidity all the way up to 64.9. Could we get to 64,900? Now they got some liquidity building at 64.8. We haven't seen this in a while. Some red liquidity above us tells us we're likely going to go to 64,800 on a short squeeze. There's a lot of people shorting the market thinking that they know what's going on. Could be some trouble brewing, right? So anyway, you get a 16-minute update before the live stream even starts at 8 in the morning, 7 in the morning. My trading group will give you so much awesome information. It's going to blow your mind. I take no days off, 7 days a week, every single day here. Always consistent, always on point, always ready for you because I love you and I want to see you succeed. All the devil could do is try to influence. I'm 10 toes down with God. No man, no evil warren test with the big dogs. Stack. Love is love. Shout out to Stack McChange. Amen. I live with God every second of my life, every day of my life, and bang, bang, bang. So shout out to everybody here. And there you have it, the Sammy Cup. This is why they call me Sammy Cup and Handy. I can see the cup and handle before anybody else, really, and I trade this exact pattern over and over again. Bang, bang, bang. Now, we do have a bit of resistance here. Bounce, 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 and that's why we hit this key level at 63,800. But that was really kind of the target that I positioned in the morning update. So if you look at the morning, and I didn't even trade it. I was like, I don't like the chop. Nice move, but it's not the biggest move in the world. But it is a nice move. And somewhat of a reversal off of this divergence. This is a divergence on the 7. Let me show you how strong the div was, because it's pretty strong. What is divergence? A swing low to a swing low here on price action. But here you have a swing low or a flat, but that's an uptrend here on the RSI. So swing low to swing low is an uptrend, but it's a downtrend here. Telling you that's likely your bottom with a double bottom too, and we bounced off of 59,800. There's a chance we never go lower than that. There's a chance that is our bottom. Did we find the bottom on the week this week? There's a very highly likelihood we did. Now, is this going to continue? Let's get rid of the moving averages for a second here. But again, the moving averages told me, I said, if we don't lose the 200 SMA on the 7, look for us to go to the downside. If we had lost this 200 SMA, we would have been shorting, and we probably would have showed you a short that we were in, banging on them to the upside, right? Shout out to all the beautiful people here. Shout out to all the YouTubers that do crypto and everyone out here. We love you. We appreciate you. I know you want my time slot, but you ain't gonna get it. 10 a.m. to 12 a.m. is the lifer, man. It's the crypto lifer slot, bro. It's been my slot for almost 3.5 years now, and it will continue to be so. And I will push through all the time and be the most consistent man you've ever seen in the game. So I love you all. I appreciate you all. And I thank you all for being here with the lifer. We live in no fear. We focus on no one but our success. And we continue to push over every single day. Shout out to my lifers in the game, baby. Yesterday was the biggest stream we almost ever had. 2,500 people watching the stream. We were banging on them to the upside. We were pushing. So let's break down. We're going to kind of get rid of this small time talk right now. Likely a bit of a sideways action. Let's take a look at the 1 minute so I can give you some insight. Look for the 1 minute to come back down or make a flag here. The 21-day moving average. And then we may actually get busy. I also teach you the second the 1 minute got above the 200 SMA. Boom. Now they did the dolphin dip, but they got back above it, and that thing was gone to the upside. Whenever the 1 minute breaks the 200, it tells me there's likely going to be a move to the upside. I teach you guys this every single day. There was a beautiful trade. There was a beautiful trade. All you got to do is use the 200 SMA on the 1 minute chart, and you are in the money all the time if you know what you're doing. You got to have control of your emotions. But bang, bang, bang. Also, a golden cross. Yeah, golden cross right there. The 50 crossed the 200 SMA right after we had the dip. Then you could have waited for the golden cross. Boom. And then look, we even had an inverted head and shoulder here. Shoulder, head, right shoulder. There was an emerging cup and handle here. I call them emerging because the cup is higher than the left side. I know it's hard for you to see that, but money, 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 money. All right. Wow, we're getting a beautiful short squeeze right now to the upside for Bitcoin. I feel like I got to get into the 30-second chart just to kind of see this little flag brewing and see what's happening. All right. Little beautiful flag here. And there you have it. I mean, that thing can get busy B, right? To the upside. I like to see if this thing could continue all the way to 64,700. Again, a little far away from the 21 on the 1 minute in the 7. I would like to see this, whenever the 7 gets this far away from the 21, it is likely a short squeeze. All right. So let's break this down for you. We're going to start from the very beginning of the weekly, and we're going to shrink you all the way back down in a top-down analysis. Somebody said, is it the monthly high? We do have some bearish div on the monthly, which I've been bringing up. However, I've never really tested bearish div on the monthly. I'd have to go to a bunch of different charts and really spend about 5 to 6 hours breaking that down, which I will do either this afternoon or tomorrow, and I'll have a nice update for you on monthly bearish div, and I'll basically go over like 10 assets around the world. I'll look at all the different types, maybe 20, and we'll break it down, all right? Coins I've been buying, I'm going to tell you some of the coins that I have been purchasing on the low while nobody's paying attention here. I'll give that away later on in the show if you want to know what's happening. So I put my money where my mouth is. I build big portfolios in front of each and every one of you. I buy huge spot all the time. I trade leverage, and I show you exactly. I bought the bottom for Bitcoin. I showed you when I did it. I talked about buying 19K live. Only guy that bought a whole Bitcoin in front of everyone on the live stream. I haven't seen anybody do that. And again, who cares about me? It's about you. Let's get you to the next level. Let's get you to your next Bitcoin. Let's get you going. Let's get you out of your just pushing yourself to the limit. I want to see you become amazing. You can, you are, you will, the best, baby. You're going to do this. You're going to do this. All right. So first things first, all right, is this monthly chart. Beautiful support for the monthly too. The monthly really doesn't want to break 60K. If the monthly does break 60K, you can see its next level is 47,000. Does Bitcoin really have enough bearish momentum to get to 47,000? Highly unlikely. Highly unlikely, but you never know. All right, let's go to the weekly now. We talk about the weekly resetting on the Stokes, and honestly, that's a pretty small reset for the Stokes to do as much as they did. They could still come down. I do see a little bit of Class C bearish divergence. What is Class C bearish div? Well, most people would say these move up. That's not bearish div, Sam. They're both pointing up. I was taught that one has to go up while the other one goes down. However, what I teach you is different than any other teacher in the game. I sat there and played with divergence for hours and hours for years. I'm talking years and years and years I've been doing this, and I saw that if this continues this way and that continues that way, it is a bit of a divergence. Now, it could be a little weaker. I call it a Class C, but it is happening. All right. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you. Bitcoin better go up $40 billion in daily volume. You're funny. All right, so here's the deal. We're going to see this idea here now. So, and look at that beautiful weekly bounce right off that key level, okay? So you can definitely see that you have some support there at 60,000, which we bounced off beautifully. And then it's back to 65.5, right? Bitcoin has to close a weekly candle back above 65,500 in order to remain bullish, right? In order to remain bullish. It's a little higher on this. Yeah, 65.6, 65.5. 65.5 is my go-to, though. All right? When are we long in alts? I've been long in alts. See, that's what you don't understand. Everyone's like, when are we long in alts? Everybody wants the key. You don't. You dollar cost average in because you don't know where the highs and the lows are. A smart man right now, again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice, but a smart man, a responsible trader is buying, right, is researching. I'm researching every night for hours a night. Never listen to someone that tells you that researching isn't a good idea. I remember this big YouTuber said, don't research coins. I was like, whatever, no names here, but I thought that was the most absurd thing to tell your community. Extremely irresponsible. Making billions of dollars comes from investing in emerging technologies before most people even know they're happening. Okay? Super important. Sam, I decided to go full-time into trading. It's been the best decision I ever made. Been trading for 5 years and making money in a daily consistently than I was in my 9 to 5 in a week. You will make so much more money than your 9 to 5 if you really get with trading and get going. 100%. So let's get rid of this top-down analysis so we can get into the smaller time frame, see if there's a live trade coming at us, and make some gains on this live stream. All right? Bro, I love you. I made a mistake and opened a short at 65. Should I hold or take a huge loss? I don't know what you did. I don't know how much money you made. I don't know why you're taking a huge loss, though. How much, like, what is your net worth? I don't know. So, like, I can't tell you what to do, man, with your money. I am not a financial advisor. I will never tell you when to get in or get out of a trade. I will just show you my setups, my ideas, the probability. And if you keep watching me, you'll learn the probabilities. And then eventually you'll be like, well, what he says usually plays out. So maybe I want to listen. But it's up to you. It's up to you. So the weekly bounce, but we have resistance. We need to close this weekly candle back above it. However, if this candle closes as such, it would be bullish. You'll have a bigger wick to the downside than a wick to the upside, resembling, a bullish hammer. All right? So now that hanging man candle did tell us something right there. The hanging man wasn't the best, but we may get our way out of here. You never know. So everyone's saying, oh, we're going down to 50K, 40,000, right? And again, I'm open-minded to all of these ideas. I've drawn my fib. I've said, hey, yeah, we may come down to these key areas. It definitely may happen. It's something that we definitely have to focus on and pay attention to. I don't want to just negate it and act like it doesn't happen, right? So I know that we could come all the way down to 52,000, and I know we could even go to the 786 and maybe even bounce off 44. There's a chance. I'm open-minded, but right now we have bounced 1 and 2 weekly candles off of strong support, and so until we lose this key level at 60K, I have to remain bullish on that idea. We go to the 3-day chart, getting strong right now, finally getting a bit of a move. You can almost say, were you in this falling wedge that broke back inside, and then you're about to do damage? My years and years of trading, I started to do things untraditionally, things that no one else did in the charts. And I said, well, why listen to everybody else? I said, everyone just listens to everybody else. It's like painters. Everyone paints like everybody else, but who are the amazing painters? The amazing painters are the people that did their own thing. Look at how Picasso started drawing those weird shaped, impressionist paintings that were like, he could paint the beautiful stuff, but he started those weird choppy, and it just grew. It was amazing. I always talk about Jimi Hendrix, who played the guitar upside down. He didn't do it like everybody else did it. That's why they call me Sammy Cup and Handy. I don't do it like everybody else does it. All right? You'll get your kind of guys that use the same stuff. Your MC guys. You get all these other different people. Not me. I'm different, bro. So this could be, a breakout fake back inside this beautiful flag, and we could still head up all the way to 100,000 by May 27th. You could see 100K by the end of May. I'm telling you, it is a possibility, just as it's a possibility to go to 40K. We're at a standstill here for Bitcoin. So I like what I'm seeing, though. And I'll tell you another thing that I'm showing off that no one else is discussing is hidden bullish divergence on the 3-day chart. Remember, the last time I called out hidden bullish on the 3-day chart, people were super bearish. I drew this out. I said, man, that's strong hidden bullish. I said, we're likely going to get a move to the upside. And I showed it to you every day from August 22nd for literally about a month, because it lasted for a month. And I said, it says that we won't lose this low before we break this high. That's what hidden bullish divergence says. So if we take this into account and we go to this next section too, here we had swing up to swing up. And even here I pointed out hidden bullish divergence, and it is hidden bullish. That's your swing point. That's your swing point. That's an uptrend. It tells you that you won't break this low. You'll break this high before you break this low. That's exactly what happened. It tells you where the trend is going with like 99% accuracy, okay? If you don't understand hidden bullish, it's something you definitely have to start using. Again, I would learn bullish divergence first, then my bearish and bullish regulars, and then I would move into hidden bullish divergence. Let me give you a little cheat sheet here. I don't even like calling it a cheat sheet, but let me give you a little quick sheet, fact checker, right? You should have this on your desk at all times. Take a screenshot of this right now. I give it to all my students when I teach class. Jump on in here. You got your bullish, but look, here's your hidden. Price is swinging up, but the RSI is swinging down. We know when the RSI gets low, we get a reversal back to the upside. So this is a strong reversal pattern. When people are really freaking out and getting bearish, this thing will come into play, and you will get a massive move to the upside. I've been trading hidden bullish divergence for over 7 years now. It's been an amazing, accurate signal. I love it. And it's like there's no signal. It's not like an indicator that you buy. You're the signal. You see it. And that's what I love about it, right? Now, you could probably buy some indicator. They could find it for you, but there's no need. You can do it yourself. It's right here. Stop relying on indicators and everything else, buying these packages. You don't need it. TradingView is enough, and I can give you free indicators. You become the indicator. I'm the one guy that could have packaged all this up into an indicator and sold it to you. 1,000 people would have paid $1,000. I would have made over $1 million, maybe $10 million doing it. I'm telling you right now, I'm not trying to lie. I didn't do it. Why? Because I made my millions of dollars without an indicator. So I felt weird and facetious to sell you one. Maybe when I'm older and I'm 50 and I leave the YouTube space, I'll send out an indicator because I can't do this every single day. But right now, I'm teaching you how to become the indicator. I'm not gouging you for yet another, hey, buy this now. Hey, buy that now. I'm teaching you. You can do it every single day. I'm empowering you every single day. I'm educating you so you can educate others, yourself, and become amazing. The key about this stream is to put you in position. This stream is to make you believe in yourself. This stream is to get you to go all the way to places you never thought possible. Everyone says, Sammy, take a day off. Everyone says it's detrimental. I don't take a day off because every single day there's someone showing up to get inspired. God gave me this ability to give myself away to others. I'm giving myself away to you every single day. So hidden bullish divergence here on the 3-day chart suggests that we will come up and break through this resistance and possibly break this high. It says you will break these highs before you break this low. That's what this indicator says. It's been 100% ever since. We'll see if it happens again. The third time is a charm on the 3-day chart. The 3-3-3, baby. So here we go. Hidden bullish. I just gave you some insight you won't get anywhere else here on the channel. Let's take a look now at the daily time frame, which is starting to look pretty sweet if you ask me. Almost like maybe was it in this kind of flag here? I'm attempting to flag it out like it's in some type of bullish rectangle, really, which I never really looked at before. Possibility of a bullish rectangle here for Bitcoin, even though we didn't come all the way down to the bottom here. And again, your measured move will be the length of this pole. You could break all the way to the upside and go somewhere here to about $109,000 for Bitcoin. Now, I'm not guaranteeing any of this, and I'm also going to give you the bearish scenarios. But right now, you got low stochastic. You got hidden bullish on the 3-day. All right. You can almost call this hidden bullish, even though the 3-day takes care of it, because this doesn't, if this hit, then no, it couldn't be. But this never hit. Okay. And so you can almost say that is like a double hidden bullish div. And you got the low stochastics. MACD did 3 hills. The last time the MACD did 3 hills was a long time ago. That's like all the bears had. They gave us everything. The MACD visually shows you in a histogram how big the buyers and the sellers are. I love to get in when the buyers, look how small when that hill was that small, I knew we were going up because the buyers had the sellers had such a small, representation of what they were doing. Bang, bang, bang. Okay. Shout out everybody here on the live. Appreciate each and every one of you for jumping on in. All right. If you doubt the lifer, you haven't been paying attention for long enough. Shout out to my man Hassan Armouth. Shout out to everybody here on the live. And I don't even listen to the negative comments. I only see positivity in my life. It doesn't mean I don't stay strapped and I don't, in case anything can happen. But at the end of the day, I know there's danger out there. I'm not oblivious to danger. But I project positivity at all times. I project the reality in which I want to live in. And I put myself in that place. All right? About time to fly to the moon. Shout out to Razor Mouse in the house with the super chats. And shout out to everyone giving love on these super chats. Thanks for all you do. Can we check Syntropy, NOIA, the bigger time frames like the 4-hour and the daily? We will do that. We will do that for you. Let's just jump into NOIA. I got to finish Bitcoin right now in case we're missing something. I do still see some chop today. We're at 63,600. But look, the big red just flipped to 64.4. And there's really no liquidity any close. So the closest liquidity is 64.4. Whenever I've seen this, we have gone to the big, deep red crimson bar. I call this big red. That's big red. Where big red goes, the price likes to go. I would not short myself in between big red. You're likely going to get squeezed. What is a squeeze? It's literally getting pushed in between this liquidity. It's squeezed. You don't want to get squeezed. Watch out for the short squeeze. We may even get it today on the live. We already got one as the show began. All right? So that's how BOOKMAP really helps. Link to BOOKMAP in the description. I do get a beautiful commission if you jump into BOOKMAP. I greatly appreciate it. So the daily, falling wedges break up 68% of the time. Can we get a move to the upside? All right? Can we get a move? Omni just launched and the Bitcoin starts ticking up. I don't know what it could do. Yeah, I just heard about Omni too. 1,500 in the chat, but less than 4 likes. Let's do this. Let's take the likes all the way to the next level, baby. Boom, boom, boom. Let's get the likes up to the watchers. I would greatly appreciate it. Let's go, baby. This ain't your average YouTube channel. Woo! I'm going to motivate you guys on another scale, on another level. My energy is at its apogee, actually and factually, increasing daily, rapidly. Let's go. Let's go. I had a great night of sleep. One of the best I've had in a long time. You could tell I am trucking. 22-hour also wants to boom to the upside. It's my go-to time frame. And we have a bullish engulfing candle about to come in here. This comes higher than that. That's going to engulf that candle. That's a very bullish sign. Let's break down the smaller time frame bullish div. And right here, I got some bullish divergence right here on the 22-hour, which is very strong. That swings up and that swings down. That's bullish divergence. That tells you you'll break this high before you break this low. And so far, so good here with this monster candle to the upside. Bitcoin at 73,740. And now here we go, baby. Here we go. So if you took the update this morning and you made the trade, you're in gains. You're in gains right now. And so we did it again with the beautiful cup and handle, which we're going to break down. Now the 8-hour. Are we getting above the 200 SMA? Oh my goodness, everybody. If we recapture the 200 on the 8-hour, we are back in business, no stress, and we're going to be good. If we end up going back below this, you'll see me kind of But if this 8-hour could continue to push, which I like what I'm seeing here, and I gave this live on Twitter just 2 days ago, I said, look for the 8-hour to continue back to the upside to the top of the range. And we're not that far. And another thing is there's some resistance right here, but it's not that strong. We're right at it. So if we break above this resistance at 63.8, then we're coming all the way up to this next level here. We can move this up just on the local time frame at 66.282. And then really like 66 could really bullish back to the all-time high. These two little resistances, because people would just, they'd get less bearish, right? And then money would flow back in and we'd get a huge push further to the upside. So the 8-hour wants to pump. I like what I'm seeing on the 8-hour. It says we're going to get a move. There's a beautiful entry there on the lows for Bitcoin. The 4-hour also had bullish divergence here. All right. This is pretty much flat. This is a sharp down to the downside. I went over this morning and last night on my updates. All right. Beautiful. Beautiful. Now we have resistance. We must break back above this resistance to remain bullish. Once we break through this, it's just very likely we're going to move up to 66 and then all the way right back to this point of control at 70,000. Chance we could see 70K today if we get a pretty big move to the upside. Another thing that I'm looking at that's a possibility, is this a shoulder? Is this a head? And is that a shoulder to the upside? I'm also going to show you something else that'll blow your mind on the bigger time frame that I didn't show you yet, but I want to kind of hide that gem for you, keep you on your toes, and show you even more information on a daily basis, right? Look at this. A death cross right there, but usually you get a push down on the death cross. If we're in a really good spot, that's going to be your best place to be loading up. I bought a bunch of Bitcoin. I'm going to be honest with everybody. I bought almost an entire Bitcoin again in these key levels, all right? Ever since we dipped back below 70K, I started aggressively buying Bitcoin. I said I'd like to buy one of my whole Bitcoins at the first dip below, and if we go down to 50K, I'd like to buy a whole nother one. That way, I get one no matter what, in case we don't go to the areas people think that we may go to, right? So just things on your radar that you have to pay attention to. That's the key of someone that doesn't know where price action's going. See, I always say I don't know where Bitcoin's going. I know nothing, the fact of my own ignorance. That's why I bought a hole in at 19K. That's why I buy when we're on the red. All I know is to buy the red days. Okay, that's what I know to do. Fear and greed back at 57. It's a really good sign that it's coming lower. I'd like to get it. See, I like to buy more and more Bitcoin here. If we do get that dip down to 52K, my goodness, you're going to see me buy a lot of BTC. So, and I get sad when Bitcoin gets high because then I know it's likely not the time to buy, and I like to buy. So it's, it's like, I can't buy Bitcoin now. It's at 75,000, all-time highs. Like I can only buy Bitcoin after pullbacks in deep red. All right. Okay, so the 4-hour has some momentum, but it is at resistance. I wouldn't be surprised if it makes a right shoulder here. You see, we get rejected here. We make some type of right shoulder. We go shoulder, head, right shoulder. Then we break back to the upside. That's a possibility if we don't see ourselves breaking back out of this to the upside. They call me the projectionist because I can see the future, baby. Let's go. Let's go. So how did we figure out this was? And look, when the 1 minute, so now look, I know what's about to happen. I studied this for years. So likely you're going to pump up to this 200 SMA on the 1 minute chart. You get above this, boom. And then once you get above the 200, so you could wait for the 1 hour to get above the 2 hour time frame. That would be a signal. So if the 1 hour closes a candle above here, bang, beautiful long. And then we could take the long to the point of control. This would be a key area to be grabbing a nice swing trade for Bitcoin. I backtested this many times, and I have over 10 years of knowledge on this idea. And you're going to get this move further up to this POC once you break the 200 SMA. Backtest all my theories and everything I teach you. It's going to blow your mind. You're like, this guy knows what he's talking about. I would never show something if I didn't have years of backtesting on it because I don't want to look like a fool. So I would backtest it before I even represent any of it to you or show you any of this stuff, okay? So then how do we figure out where we're going? Now, the 1 hour has bearish div here on my indicator, and it's getting a little overbought even on the RSI and on price action, and it's resistance. Look, support, resistance, support, resistance. So you knew this point of control, this key level at 63.8 was going to be challenged. That was going to be a big area that we had to get back above, all right? If you can't get back above that, bang, 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 all right? Time Machine Lifer, shout out to Hassan Armouche. Whenever I go back in time and see what Bitcoin's doing, then I come back here, the only thing is, whenever I do that, all the people that know me in the future, they miss me, man. You know what I mean? So once a week, I go back to see them, but I tell them what I'm doing, and they miss me, though. And I miss them, too, But then I get to hang out with them before they knew me then. You know what I mean? It's kind of weird, but you get used to it. You get used to time travel over time. But it damaged the emotions, and it does hurt. It's not easy. But I do what I have to do to survive. You know what I mean? So once I figured out how to time travel, I decided I could come back and teach you guys how to trade Bitcoin, save a bunch of people. And that was kind of my goal, right? So hopefully it'll work out. You know what I mean? I might get stuck in the time continuum. So far, I've been okay. All right. When I get back, I am a little nauseous for a couple days, but it goes away. So I'm hoping this thing can work out. All right. So here's the deal. Resistance right here. Resistance right here. I gave you the cup and handle this morning. It played out absolutely beautifully. You see the 21 crossing the 200. I mean, that's a very, very good sign. That's a preemptive golden cross. That happens before you get the golden cross. And that's kind of when you want to start to see things going on. Now, could this be a bull trap? A fake out of the falling wedge? And then we break back? I don't know. So far, just like that was a little bit of a bear trap out of the wedge, that's a bull trap out of the wedge. So we got to break back above 63,000. I'd say even 64K. We bust through 64K, we're good to go. All right. Now we're going to go to the smaller time frames and start showing you what I see happening here. So look, we told you that we were going to flag out on the 1 minute and then likely going to pump to the upside. This looks very bullish to me. A little bit of bearish div there right now, though, so we have to kind of negate that bearish divergence. So far, we made a low and a higher low at 63,476. So this would be the next scalp trade I would be looking at for Bitcoin. All right. So I would be taking this long to the upside, and we're out of resistance. There's a chance this makes a right shoulder, and we dump back down, but I like that we're on the 21. I like that price action is kind of getting busy. The 1 hour is the thorn in my side. It's the one time frame, So we need this short squeeze to continue, and then we corroborate the story with how much liquidity we have above us. And you can just see there's that big liquidity. It's not as red as it was before, right? It got a little soft. Let's take a look here. But we got 64,000 and 64,500 are some key levels of liquidity above us on BOOKMAP. If you don't know what what's going on here, The easiest way to do this, go to the link in my video, but I want to show you the BOOKMAP website because they explain it really nicely. I really like how they do this. A trading platform that displays market liquidity. Check what the candlesticks are hiding. So you just see candlesticks. I see liquidity. I see big action. I can see what's happening. I can see cumulative volume delta and understanding what's happening amongst the charts. So this gives me insight that other people don't see. For years, all they do is trade candles. I see so much more than the candles, and I'm going to teach you how to do this every single day on the channel with BOOKMAP, baby. It's the place to be. So check what the candlesticks are hiding. Hang out with me, and let's do our BOOKMAP thing. So this flag is basically turning into somewhat of an ascending triangle. It's, it's all right, or almost a rising wedge. It's interesting. We are still in some type of chop. It's not perfect, but there's a good percentage as this continues. We can get a move to the upside. Let's take a look at our 5-minute time frame. 5 minutes a little spent right now. We'd have to get even more of a short squeeze. Let me see how far the 5-minute is from the 21-day moving average. Usually you get a bit of a pullback unless we can pump up. So I'm going to stick to the 1-minute time frame right now because it's going to be the one time frame that's going to give us the sauce. The one time frame that's going to show us what's likely going to happen. So 1 minute target takes us all the way to about 65497. All right, so 65,497, 65.5. And remember, if we get back above 65.5, we close a weekly candle above it, you're going to see me go, hey, I'm going to be a happy man. We close above 65.5. It's going to be an amazing time to be alive, right? Shout out to all the beautiful people here on the live. We appreciate you. We love you. And we thank you so much for your constant viewership. We're going to build you up. We're going to give you the knowledge. So when you make all the money, you're going to know exactly what to do with the money, right? Because if you don't give people the proper mentality, if you don't teach them how to be focused and disciplined, they can make money, but they can destroy them. Money can destroy you if you don't know how to use it. I feel like money enhances things. For instance, if you're a rude, nasty person and you make a bunch of money, it'll just make you ruder and more nasty. But if you're a beautiful, nice person and you make a bunch of money, it'll make you nicer and more caring. You'll give to more people. I truly believe money enhances what you already are. So you got to find out who you are, especially if money's going to come into your life. So if you want to become a multimillionaire and you're thinking about, okay, I'm going to make all these gains, I hope you're working on your mentality as much as you're working on your finances, because your mentality is everything. All right. I talk about the 4 Ds all the time, right? First, you get the desire to change your life. You're like, I want to do something different. It starts with the desire. You're just sitting in your office one day. You said, I'm going to do something different. I'm not going to do this anymore. Look at, I'm making the TA for you as I'm talking. So I'm inspiring you while I'm visually showing you technical analysis. I'm giving you duality here. Okay. Let's take a look at the take profit. Is going to be 65,519 right at that resistance level, because we know that's a key level. And then our stop loss is going to be 63,287. All right. This looks likely like we're going to continue this short squeeze to the upside. All right. And let's see. And I'm going to open up a long here. Just $90 for 300. It's not a huge trade. See what goes on. I am packing, and I got a lot of stuff going on in my life right now. So my life is in shambles. One thing I would tell you, it's not good to, go hard trading when you have a lot on your mind, period. You know what I mean? So you got to, if you're going through a lot, a divorce, a change, and then you start over leverage trading, 9 out of 10 times you're going to wreck your portfolio. Understand what's happening in life. Understand what's happening with you. Combine those two and make sure that you have a clear head if you're going to be trading. But I like this right now. There's a chance I get stopped out. There's a high likelihood we could just get stopped out. 32% chance. But there's a 68% chance this breaks further to the upside. Let's see what happens. If we can hold this VRVP and not break back through the gap, we can get this short squeeze to continue, and we get this move all the way back up to 65.5. All right? We could easily struggle here, and I could easily lose this trade. There's no guarantees I will win any trade at any moment in time. All right? Don't, if you make sure you watch people that open their trades in front of you. You know what I mean? Because you never know exactly how they did the trade, right? For instance, what if I put this up to 100x leverage and I got in with $500 and my liquidation was $30 away, and I did it once and I got hit. I did it twice and I get hit, but I kept like $5,000 in the tilly. Next thing you know, I hit and then it boomed, and I only showed you the winning trade. I was like, look, I'm up, guys. You didn't know that I got hit off 4 times for $500 before I finally made it happen. So just make sure, you want to verify, you want to be super meticulous, you want to pay attention. All right. So let's take a look here. 64,400 for Bitcoin, and this key level here is going to be 64.5. That's the next level that I'm looking at, and that's the level that is matching. However, we are struggling here, and there's a chance, and I got a lot of guts whenever I open up a trade live, because you never know. You could lose in front of everybody, and then people will judge you. I don't worry about people judging me. I worry more about the education. I am seeing kind of a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder here. I'm getting some mixed signals on the move. The 5 minutes pretty overbought, telling us we're likely to come back down to the 21-day moving average. I would need a massive short squeeze here to be able to pull this off to the upside. So it is a high-risk trade. I want to let you know. That's why I'm not putting a lot in the trade. I'm actually in the middle of the trade right now, kind of getting some mixed signals. Chance we immediately just go down. Also, I'm seeing a little bit of bearish div here on the 1 minute. Yikes. So there's a chance this actually was a short squeeze, and we just reversed back to the downside pretty fast. All right? There's a high likelihood of that happening. All right? So I don't want to risk a lot. And Thursdays are my favorite days to trade, but we'll see. We'll see. We will see. But yeah, 63.6. See, we're kind of struggling at this key level here, and we may actually just start to drop to the downside. Let me look at my bigger chart and see what's happening. Yeah, to me, we lost the trend line. Once we lose the trend line, I bail on the trade, right? So, sorry, I wasn't trying to flash gains like that. I didn't mean to be rude. A great way to trade, too. You hit last and close the long on the last, right? It's likely we're going to drop down to this 200 right now, honestly, in my humble opinion. There's a good likelihood of it. If you close last, you'll oh, it's hard to do, though. Last is hard to do, but you'll pay no fees if you do it. But, yeah, there you go. See? Now, we may bounce right back to the upside here. I'm not sure. I'm getting mixed signals on the move. I'll be honest with you. All right? Mixed signals right now on a Thursday for Bitcoin. What a beautiful day it is to be alive, though. Look, today's P&L up $19,000. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Shout out to all my beautiful people here on the live. I love each and every one of you. All right? Flashing. And I don't mean to floss, but I just got to show you where it's at. You know what I mean? Shout out to all my beautiful people here. Remember, I was buying all these coins on the low. How did I make $19,000? I was buying coins on the low when no one was paying attention. I was telling you, I'm getting GFI. I'm getting Ondo. I'm buying these. I was buying when people were freaking out. I was getting it in. I was buying Bitcoin. Okay? So that's what happens. All right? And yeah, I see, when I jump out of the long, see, you can see this kind of got like a rounded top here. All right? No good, right? So I can already see that there's possibly a short back down. And let's take a look at our 5 minute. See, your 5 minute distance itself from the 21-day moving average. So I'm sorry if I got you going on that long there. And if you can't see, a lot of people can't move as fast as me. I can get in and get out in 2 seconds. Now, there's a chance that went the other way and it plowed. But if that had stayed inside the pattern, I would have stayed inside of it. All right? Buy the fear, sell the hype, baby, every time, man. We knew about Baby Arrow since 10 cents. Amen. We've been getting into Arrow for a long time now. Arrow is doing damage. So look for the 7 minute to come back to this 21-day moving average. Whenever you short pretty fast and you make distance from the 21, you likely come back to it. Now, the bullishness is if we go sideways here and we make some type of flag and this meets it. If this meets it, so I'm waiting for the Stokes to reset on the 7, for the 21 to meet price action. If that can happen, and it may make some type of flag here. We don't know exactly what's going to happen. We're going to project this idea. And remember, Thursdays by 2 o'clock, usually, it may be different today, but usually, we're going to get a bit of a, we're going to get low volume, and price action is going to crawl. Like that trade right there, I get in there, get out there. I would call that the trade of the day. Low stochastics of the 7, high stochastics on the 7, and you're out with the Sammy Cup in handy and the move above the 200 SMA and the 21 there. Boom. We didn't lose the 200 SMA. We wicked right to it. I told my students if we lost it, we would short. If we don't, we got along the cup and handle. Bang, bang, bang. And look, I just avoided a massive loss by cutting off that trade with $30 because I could see that things weren't going to go my way. You have to have conviction and the ability to get in and get out. If something you see isn't like, look, there's a shoulder head, kind of a shoulder there. It looked good for a second, but things changed. And once this trend line changed, see, the trend line was hot. If that trend line held and we got tighter, we would have boomed. But we lost the trend line. I've learned the second one candle loses the trend, get out. Get out. And now you're likely going to drop back down to one of these key levels. So we're watching the 7-minute time frame come back to this 21-day moving average. And it's not all love. Let's take a look at our 8-hour. We really want this 8-hour not to get rejected by this key level, right? At 63,005, 63,480. So we don't want to get rejected by this key level. We want to break above the 200 SMA. We're at we hit it here and we got rejected. This could turn into a redder candle. We don't want to see that. So let's see what the 7-minute could do. But the 8-hour is showing strength right now. And it's look at the way the Stokes are pointing out. The bullish div it's very likely we go to the top of this channel here, somewhere back to 69,000. Once we get to 69K, all the people that say we're going on this nasty big correction to the downside won't really have a leg to stand on, and then all the bears will kind of get rocked, and the bulls will jump back into price action. So again, kind of a double top there. That's a bit of an M. So I'm going to sit on the 7, and the 7 is coming back down to the 21-day moving average. This is exactly the same thing how I showed you on the weekly, on the daily, all these other time frames. The 21 gets too far from price. You have to come back to it. Every time you leave the 21, look, you come back to it. Right here, you came back to it. So I'm bullish when the 21 creeps below and makes more of a lateral pattern. But look, pump back to the 21. I'll teach you this. Remember this? We traded this just the other day. If my finger didn't slip. We traded this just the other day right here. If you remember, boom. And then we got out when the 15-minute 200 SMA told us to get out. Where are you, boy? Right there. Look, I traded the 7-minute in the tight above the 200. And then I got out when the 15-minute hit the 200 SMA. It was I used the 7 and the 15 in tandem to make that trade play out to the upside, right? Cool little strategies to think about to get you going. 15-minute also away from the 21, but we're getting across. The 21 crossing the 200. Bullish sign. These are preemptive golden crosses. So you just want to see the 15-minute make some type of pattern here and interact with the 21-day moving average. And then it could be on its way for its next leg to the upside. The 50 comes and crosses the 200. The moving averages are latent. They happen after the fact. So you want to front run these ideas. You want to see the trade way before the trade ever happens. This is what I do. So I'm waiting for this. I'm waiting for the 7 and the 15-minute to somewhat reset here and defy that 1 hour. I want to see the 1 hour stay pinned today at the top channel, and I want to see the 4 hour and the 8 hour take control. I want to see the 1 hour pump all the way up to this 200 SMA. This is very likely. I see this happen all the time. So what we're going to do is we're going to wait for the flag on the 15. When the flag fills out on the 15, we're going to take that trade with the 21 touches and the stochastics hit, and then we're going to take this trade up to the 200. I'll take profits there and wait for us to get back above it. If we get above it, boom. You could also just raise the stop to break even and hope that you break back through this. There's a chance the 1 hour gives us resistance on the 200, but there's a chance once we break above it, we continue to the upside. If we get above the 1 hour 200 SMA, what then? Well, then we're going to look for the 4 hour 200 SMA, and then we're going to continue to move to the top of the channel, and then you're looking at the point of control, the VRVP. This is how I use the VRVP in conjunction with support or resistance, in conjunction with what I see happening with the 200 SMA, all right? And sometimes you have to use smaller time frames to kind of figure out what's happening. Knowing which time frame to use and when is like a key to source. It's like sorcery. Like your mind starts to get good at this. You're just be like, oh yeah, I'm going to use this time frame for this and that time frame for that. And you're like, now I used to get confused because I wouldn't know when to use the 7. I didn't even know the 7. I didn't know the 1 minute. I didn't know all the time frames. Now I know them all like the back of my mind after days and days of doing this, hours on end. Anything you do as much as I've been doing this, thousands of hours, you know what I mean? All the time will change your life. I'm also going to talk about my 3 coins that I have on base, and 2 of the base coins that I do own. I got so much to teach you guys. I'm going to blow your mind. I am going to blow your mind. One coin I believe you must have in the portfolio that I bring up every single day is BASEDAI. All right? I talked about the brain launch. We talked about Pepe. And I just like what's happening with this. And I like what the fully homomorphic encryption is coming with any large language model, the LLMs, baby. And this is the one to do it. This is the one to do it. This could change the way we do AI right here. Read this white paper, start to understand what's happening. And I just love it. I absolutely love it. So I've been reading this and going over it days on days with the brains and the Pepe and the ideas. And I gave, when the market was horrible, I said, I'm buying this coin. You know what I mean? I was like, I'm getting in. So it didn't really matter what was happening. I decided it was time to take it by storm, right? So, wow, $19,000 in profit today on the spot portfolio. Loving life, man. With the proof, you can see it right there. $19,000, no jokes. I don't make this up. 1873, oh well. Shout out to all my beautiful people, man. We love you, we appreciate you, and we care about you. Let's take a look at BASEDAI. You can find it on Dex Screener. All right, some people are using Bird's Eye. Bird's Eye is cool, you know what I mean? But it's I like Dex Screener way better than Bird's Eye. Bird's Eye is a little slow, a little convoluted, doesn't look as amazing. Some people like it, you know what I mean? It's cool, I guess. You can do a Web3 login, get your stuff going on. It does have a terminal. You could explore trade. It does have some other pro benefits too, I guess. So Bird's Eye is interesting. It's a new screener out there with a bunch of different chains, but I really stick to my Dex Screener. You know what's funny? I was using Dex Screener for years. Everyone else was using Dex Tools. And then out of nowhere, everyone started using Dex Screener. It's funny. I was like the first guy to use it. I was using it 2-3 years ago when no one else, or at least maybe even, when no one else was really using it, I was using Dex Screener. So I want to show you Based AI, not to be confused with Base AI, which is crazy, right? One letter difference. All right. But Based AI, the difference is Based AI. So you don't want to get Base Dev AI. See how they're trying to mess with you? I don't like this stuff. This really annoys me. Like, they're just, what these people are trying to do is mimic the coin to trip you up into buying it to steal your liquidity. It's really sad, man. You know what I mean? Anyone that does this, we know what you're doing and you're whack. Like, we shouldn't have to sift through 100 Based AI coins to figure out what's happening in the market. You know what I mean? So, of course, like most things, we got a bit of a pullback here for Based AI. Okay? But if you remember, we started getting in pretty early, and this thing took a huge move to the upside. Sideways. I like this flag that's starting. Bit of a, Adam and Eve double bottom there. See this? Let me show you. There's your Adam. We could be making the Eve and break back to the upside here. Bit of a double bottom as well off of that 596 area here for Based AI. $270 million market cap. It is tiny for what it can do. Very, very interesting. All right. Now, remember, whenever you get into something on ETH, you can go to Token Sniffer, okay, and paste in that address to Token Sniffer. Now, they're not always perfect, but at least do some due diligence on that contract address. Sniff that token out, find out what's happening, all right? Like right here, ETH Based AI. You can find out, they're going to give it a score. They're going to tell you what they think of it. They're going to tell you where the liquidity is. They're going to give you some information. Funny, this one doesn't seem to be doing what it's supposed to be doing right now. We're refreshing. There we go. So score off 50 out of 100. The token's sellable and not a honeypot. You want to know if it's sellable. You'll get into a coin, it won't be sellable. Okay? The buy fee is less than 5%. The sell fee is less than 5%. All right? Verified contract source, ownership renounced, and creator not authorized for special permissions, which is good. Creator wallet contains less than 5% of the circulating supply. You need to see that. Adequate current liquidity, adequate initial liquidity. At least 95% liquidity is burned or locked for at least 15 days. Creator wallet contains less than 5%. You need to see those. Those are important. If you don't see those key ideas and concepts, you may be getting into a honeypot. You may be getting yourself tripped up. All right. I guess what it was trying to do was say here, this is going to be my flag, and I'm going to break out to the upside. Chance that this trade still plays out somewhat, but it's pretty messy, right? I don't have market structure that I deem beautiful. All right. To deem something. Isn't it funny? So much language. I went to Boston Latin School, and sometimes your subconscious mind will just pick up on words you didn't even remember you knew. But that's the key to education. Feed your mind information, and your mind will feed you what you need when you need it. You get it? If you take care of the brain will do what it needs to. Like, I take care of my brain, good night's sleep, drink the lemon water, and then I'm able to bang out the technical analysis. I didn't take care of myself, work out, and do the right things. There's no way I could bang out the technical analysis. All right? Look what we're trying to see here, though. This looks like it's attempting to make somewhat of a shoulder, a bit of a head, and a bit of a right shoulder. That could break us further to the upside, and that could keep us. So what we want to see is we want to stay above 63.4, really. We hold above 63.4, we get a continuation to the upside. All right? How about the Boston Bruins, baby? How about the Boston Celtics? Both going into the playoffs, both doing damage, right? Am I correct here? Hold on. Let me make sure my Bruins. I believe the Toronto Maple Leafs, it's coming, baby. So I'm excited. I'm super, super excited, right? I think do we play the Leafs tonight? We play the Leafs tonight. Yeah. No, Saturday we play the Leafs. We start the Leafs Saturday night. All right? Saturday night. Okay. Celtics ready to rock too, baby. I'm super excited. What a day it is to be alive. So moving forward, so that's Bitcoin in a nutshell. We're going to watch this 1 minute flag here. There's a chance it's getting like somewhat more, even more aggressive. And this short squeeze to me looks like it's about to be a coming. We make this right shoulder. I want to see this continue. My measured move is to 65.5. And you know, if we get back above 65.5, you're just going to see me smile. I'm just going to be like, man, I love that we held the weekly support too as well for Bitcoin. So I can tell you when we're going to stop, when we're going to pump. I knew, when we're going to kind of hold off. My system can tell us when we're going to go sideways likely. And again, who knows? Anything could go. A professional trader knows that the market could do anything at any time. All right. If you want an update on a coin, don't just bombard the chat. It's kind of rude. Send in a super chat. All right. Thanks for all you do. Can we check Syntropy? We're going to take a look at that in a second when we get our altcoin going on. So it's already 11. I don't know how we went from 10 to 11 that fast. It's been 50 minutes. It's been the fastest, funnest 15 minutes I've ever had. I think you too. I love y'all. This has been amazing. I'm so appreciative of every single moment that I have on this live stream. You told me I was going to get to be an influencer with 2,000 people watching me a day on the live stream. I would have told you were out of your mind. But it happened, right? And I ended up here somehow, some way. Some days I wake up and I don't even believe it. It's a dream. Pinch me. I am dreaming. And I know how blessed I am. And I know to influence people is a huge, huge responsibility. A lot of people become influencers, and I think they do it for the wrong reasons. They don't realize what a responsibility it is to have other people kind of listening to you. You know what I mean? And believing in what you say. And you could abuse that so easily and lose it so fast if you're not humble about it and you don't curate it and you don't care about it and you're not conscious enough. So I can't believe you just did that. Yeah, thank you so much, man. I can't believe he just did that. Don't ever do anything like that again. No, that person needs to be removed forever. Forever. Like never, they can never come back again. Hide this user on this channel. Yeah, we never want to see this person again on the channel. To moderate, you may be doing it, moderators, but just make sure, like, don't just mute people for a few minutes. Like, if they do a mistake that big, they're gone forever. We can't ever jeopardize the channel in any way, shape, or form, and we can't use anything like that around us. Okay, shout out to everybody here. Thank you for being here. Yeah, I have no time for ignorance. So look, the 30-second chart says we're about to plow up to the upside. Shoulder, head, right shoulder. Sometimes you need the 30-second chart. The market makers hide what they're doing inside of the 30-second chart. So this is still kind of on point here. This could still bounce us further to the upside. This is still on the table for a 4.29 risk-reward ratio, which takes us up to about 6.5, 6.74. All right? Looks actually pretty nice. Let's take a look back at the perpetual. And so nothing has really changed here. You see? We just did like that head of the shoulder there. And that measure move takes us further to the upside. I did wake up in gains already, so I kind of made a trade, and then I cut that little trade off, but so far so good. Celebrate the first super chat on the live stream from Valo. We love you, Valo. We appreciate you. Yeah, baby. Yeah, first super chat ever. We appreciate that. The market is speculative at all times. You know, I'd still like to see the 1 minute and the 5 minute reset a little bit, but I like what I'm seeing there. Interesting enough, in that 15 minute, getting the 21 across the 200 SMA, that's a really good sign. And look, once we got above this 200 SMA, boom, you're in the monkeys to the upside, right? I said in the monkeys. It just makes me laugh. 63,371. So that would be the next move I'm looking at for the short squeeze to continue. And if I didn't have the liquidity above us, I wouldn't buy into it. Interesting now, this guy kind of came out of nowhere and added some liquidity at 63,000. Trying to drag the price lower now out of nowhere. Interesting. But now this guy got redder. See, he got deeper to 64.8. I believe it's more likely we get the squeeze up to 64,800, but you never know. That's what I believe. It's speculative, right? This looks like we're going to go, and you're going to see us head all the way to 65.5 pretty fast. But again, what do I know? I'm just a guy that does this every single day. It probably means nothing. I probably have no idea what I'm talking about. Screw Marchard, go Pens. You're the wackest, bro. You are so whack for saying that. Don't ever put down Marchard. And for the rest of my life, don't you ever do that. 64 incoming. Yeah, we're about to go to 64,000. Look at that shoulder, head, right shoulder to the upside. And again, when I show up long, we're usually long. When I show up short, we're usually short. We've been pretty awesome on the stream day in and day out. Bang, bang, bang. Everybody, we appreciate you. We love you. And we thank you for being here and being a part of the live stream. All right. Nobody knows what's said, so there's no lesson. Amen. Don't worry, man. You don't even want to know what was said. It was a horrible thing. I'm in Missouri, and most exchanges won't allow me to use them. Do you know what exchange would be the best to use as far as fees? MEXC is the best exchange in the game. All right. It has the lowest fees of any crypto any crypto exchange really that I've ever found. I've never seen it go this long at 0.1% spot and 0% future if you're the maker. That means if you actually set the limit order below and price comes to you, you will be the maker of that, and you won't have to pay a fee. But if you do the taker and you just grab wherever you want, or you put the price, right at it, you will become the taker. The difference between a maker and a taker. Don't be a taker, be a maker. All right? And there's 64,000. We just called it for you to the upside for Bitcoin, right? Beautiful move. And the short squeeze continues. This is likely going to continue all the way up to 64.5. All right? Yeah. 65.5, excuse my language. Okay, so we got Bitcoin in a bit of a nutshell here. Things seem okay. The short squeeze has started to continue yet again. Who here's making gains? I'm sliding my take profit and stop manually on the actual chart instead of typing in numbers. So amazing. Oh, I love it, bro. I just grab it whenever I'm trading futures on MEXC, right? You just grabbing your stop loss, moving it up, right? You're grabbing your take profit, moving it down. It's very, very simple, very, very easy. They make it accessible. The greatest user experience of any futures exchange I've ever used. I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. It's amazing. I am still seeing a bearish div here. Look, I'm getting mixed signals. That's why I'm not going too hard right now. This swings down, that swings up. We are still, getting some mixed signals here, but 64,000 holding us down. Let's take a look now. Did that liquidity disappear? It was darker red at one point. It was like a really deep red, and now it's not. It's interesting. They're playing games. They're like bouncing around with the liquidity today. Okay. TD, so and I'm riding the rest to 66K. All right. Took a bit of profit, however, still bullish. Yeah. I like to stay on chain. Okay. I didn't pay to say this. Shout out to Stephanie Gamaros. How many beautiful women we hear on the live, man. How many women we got here on the live stream? Women of crypto, baby. Shout out to all the women of crypto. We love you. We appreciate you. I have a twin sister. I had a mom. I have 2 daughters, 3 daughters. I have my 3rd daughter coming. And so life has been amazing. And I'm so blessed to have the family in which I have. And I just want to say I love women. And again, of course, I'm a man. I love women. But I like the women. I like women's spirit. I like how women just lighten up a room, man. You know what I mean? Like, you ever walk into a room and be threatened by a woman? I mean, it's very rare, right? You can see a guy, you can be threatening, but women are blessings to the world. I just want to make a point today how beautiful and amazing the women are in this world, man. I just want to say thank you. You're awesome, man. All right. Basketballs. Sam. Yes. What is it, basketballs? What's going on, man? Bitcoin 3-day. We already went over Bitcoin on the 3-day. You missed it. Go back into the stream and you'll see it. Hey, Orally, I'm in Texas also. Hey, maybe you guys get a match made in heaven here on the live. You definitely never met my ex, said my women are the best we have in our world. Amen. 2 Bitcoin lady holder here. Shout out to Melissa Roaster. Don't tell anybody that. Keep it on the wraps. But God bless you, Melissa. God bless you. I hope you have a wonderful time. Shout out to Orally. Let's hope for 80K. Amen. Shout out to Denver. And who's this little bunny? Oh my gosh, where did you get that little bathing suit? You're so cute. Oh my gosh. I love you. Look at you dancing around. Playing with your little skirt. You're funny, huh? I love you. Can I have a kiss? Can I have a kiss? Here, one thing. Face me. Don't face anybody else. Give me a kiss. Oh. No faces on the stream. I want 3 women, 2 children each. You guys, you're crazy, man. Don't start that now. I'm up 600% on Bitcoin. My man, banging on them to the upside. We love it. We love it. Okay. Now, I do see bearish div here. It's not amazing. All right. This would have to be a rising wedge that would have to break out parabolically. Now, rising wedges usually break down 68% of the time. So when you see a rising wedge, you have to start thinking of the parabola. What just happened? Oh, I hit the 3-month as my hand did that. That's so weird. That was definitely a glitch. That was a glitch. That didn't happen right. Anyway, let's get back. How did that happen? Like, it went up and then it just let me hit. Oh, I guess you can do that. And then before I even clicked on it. So this rising wedge suggests we could get a parabolic move back up to 65.6. Now, there's also a nasty chance we dump down. How do we figure this out? We're going to be watching where the 21 is on these different bigger time frames, the ones that are a little further away. Like the 7 minute says you dump down. But the 1 minute could be the parabolic mover. So now we kind of sit in waiting to see what's going to happen. Now there's a little flag starting to brew here on the 1 minute. That starts to teach you a little bit of something here. That's a bull flag on the 1 minute time frame with a measured move, touching the 21-day moving average, and that coincides with the idea that this rising wedge may break to the upside here. It also has kind of inverted head and shoulder vibes. Shoulder, shoulder. Let me do it perfect. Shoulder, shoulder, head, shoulder, shoulder. And we get a move further to the upside, somewhere at about 64,800 for Bitcoin. All right. New to your channel, been in crypto since 2010. I love your energy. Greetings from Montreal. And I can't choose between Toronto or Boston. I love it, man. I love it. 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 Dude, the Canadians, we hate you guys. I don't know. Whenever Boston plays the Canadians, it's like a nasty. I don't know what it is about the Montreal Canadiens and the Boston Bruins. But we have some history between us, and it is just, and the Vancouver Canucks. I don't know. I guess because we're all going to the highest north teams. We battle you we battle you Canadians, man. I grew up playing hockey, just so you guys know. I was a right wing. I played right wing and center. I did center a lot when I had to, but I liked right wing the most. I played right wing, man, and I love hockey, bro. Hockey is awesome. You guys are making me want to play hockey again so bad. Maybe I'll find a league in Florida and jump back in. You never know. I go back from Boston to Florida, and then I go to the sunniest state and start playing hockey. What are the odds, right? So funny. Blessings on everybody be here. We love you. We appreciate you. And we thank you so much for your constant viewership and your love. All right. Is your sister named Catherine, bro? No. Don't ask me those questions again. Professional air hockey. That's what I'll do. I'll become a professional air hockey guy. I'm going to take pickleball really big. Sam James Price is the best content creator and human on the entire internet. Robert Cox, I love you, man. You're the man. God bless you, brother. Josiah, married 30 years. Yeah. Field hockey. There's some good hockey in Florida. Yeah, I mean, I can't believe we lost to the Panthers last year when we were the best team in the game. That was horrible. Horrible. I see this rising wedge breaking up. I see this stochastics resetting. As these closing get tighter and tighter, it's suggesting a bigger move out of the parabola to the upside here for Bitcoin. Starting to tell us a lot of insight that we can see. No one works harder than Sam. Shout out to Live, Laugh, Love. I love you, man. Thank you for saying that. And we've stamped ourselves as the best group in all of cryptocurrency. I mean, everyone's great. I give everyone space, but man, there's got to be the best, man. The best is out. Like, you ever have a steak and one steak? This is the best steak, right? This steak's okay, but this steak is the best steak. You want to have the best steak possible, right? When you dive in, when you take a big juicy bite of my live stream, you want it to taste like a ribeye, baby. You want to say, this is the best steak I ever had. This is the best live stream I was ever a part of. This is the best, man. And that can only be achieved by doing it every single day, pushing yourself to the limit and using all of God's facets that he gives you and being grateful for what you do have. Let's take a look at what's happening in the charts for these little altcoins. Look at TON. TON's in like a funny spot, kind of a descending triangle, but this thing has been hot. So it's either going to 9 or coming back down. If it goes, this thing's not going to stop. You remember when we first gave you TON? It's funny. I love, Ben Armstrong. He's going over all these channels and he's reviewing their picks. The picks, right? Honestly, if you review my picks, they're out of control. Like, I gave Aerodrone 30 cents. Bang. I gave Tone here. Bang. I gave Fetch when it was like tiny. I gave AGIX when it was tiny. I gave out AI Tech when nobody knew about it. I gave PALMAI when it was low. We talked about PALAI when it was like 3 in November. I'm almost covered because my channel is so obsessive. We touch on so much, right? I was buying TokenFi before most people even knew that Floki made it, and the Floki team did it. Look, think about TokenFi. Floki did great, right? And it was a meme coin with no utility. The same exact team makes TokenFi. If they can make Floki big, then they can easily make TokenFi a real world W asset booming to the upside. You know what I mean? So it's just amazing, man. It's amazing. So nobody, I'm in awe. I love what's happening with the channel, and I love what's happening with each and every one of you. Shout out to the 2,176 people here on the live. We love you. We appreciate you, and we care about you. $37.82 in chat revenue. Unbelievable. Let's get back into Bitcoin. Now, I didn't open up a trade. I see a lot of, the reason is at the end of this, I have to start packing again. I got to sit on the phone calls. I have a lot to do today. And so I already made a live trade this morning. I woke up. I took gains. Bang. No one group can out-trade the 99. I put everything I love on that. Yo, shout out to Stack McChange. You know who Stack is? I have elite traders in my trading group. They sat with me and trained with me. They learned everything that I could teach them. And then I have an elite lifers charts. And what they do, my main two, David and Stack, really have been with me the whole time. And my man, Sean. But people, over the years, people fall off. David and Stack have been like on point. And Sean. Sean's been holding us down. Those three guys have been loyal to me throughout all of time. You know what I mean? And it's hard to find loyal people out here, especially in this game. People will join your trading group. They'll try to kind of steal people from your group. They'll do a lot of evil things to you. They'll double cross you. They'll say they're your friend only to get close to you, to manipulate you, to do things to you. It's happened to me. I had to learn the lessons the hard way. And so shout out to my awesome team and my awesome crew. All right. It's 11:19. It's about that time to talk about the top 3 coins of the day. All right. What are the top 3 coins of the day that I want to discuss, that I want to go over? Now, I go over BASEDAI every day because I don't want you to forget about it. I think it's one of the hottest plays in the game based off that fully, you know what I mean? Yeah. I'm just in the void of the charts by myself. I'm a lifer for life. I love it, Barry. I love it. Get rid of the fakes. Amen. Fakers, man. Crypto Bear Baker, get rid of the faker. I love it, man. Shout out. We almost have 1,000 likes here. You people are awesome today. We're really booming to the upside. Let's get the 1,000 likes early. Heck, can we get the 1,500 likes? That would be a milestone on the channel, on the live stream. I think we could do it. Let's do it. All right. Okay, so here's 3 AI coins that I believe have huge, huge potential. I own this one already. It's called AIT. I bought it on the stream about 3 to 4 weeks ago, if you remember. Why do I like this? Well, it's the first tokenized e-commerce powered by the state-of-the-art artificial intelligence and underpinned by its utility token, AIT, with real-world use cases. AI Malls is an SEC registered and audited by CertiK. It transcends traditional shopping experiences, unifying sellers and buyers in a seamless digital platform where efficiency and customer satisfaction reign supreme. I like this right here. See this? SEC registered. Hear that again? So whenever the SEC comes and you see enforcement, you're not going to have to worry about AI Malls. Now it's tiny. The market cap is just too small at this point. Getting in is like out of control. It could go to zero. This is extremely high risk at this point. I'm being honest with you. Like, it doesn't even have $1 million market cap. It's insanely small. But the potential is huge. So I decided I had to take a nibble and get a piece of the action here. I'm in this, but it's high risk. Very high risk. All right. Are you still packing a move? We're going to get a 24-hour Bitcoin live stream, lifer party. No way. That's never happened. I don't know if I'm ever going to do a 24-hour live stream. My wife live me, but I'm still in the game, baby. Jamie Berry, don't worry, man. I would not mention it again, man. Move on to the next thing. But I guess I bring up the death of my parents every day, so I get it. It hurts, man. It hurts. But we love you, we appreciate you, and we want to see the best for you. Okay? Struggling for Bitcoin. See, rising wedges can break down 60% of the time. We're still kind of waiting to see the next big idea here. Now, again, I didn't open up a trade. I want to make that very, very clear. I did not open up a trade. I'm seeing some chop still. To me, the move here was the boom up. Now we're at resistance. I'm actually going to get rid of this because I see the bearish divergence kicking in now. Swing up while this swings down. That is bearish div, right? And what I'm going to do is get out of the 1 minute. It looks like I don't need the 1 minute right now at the present moment. So here we go. This is going to be my next idea. The 7-minute interacting with the 21-day. And so we don't really have to open up a trade until the stochastics reset here, unless you're trying to short the market. And what we want to see is we want to see something like this occur. And then we can get into another long, possibly back to the upside. That major move takes us somewhere to 65.6, and then we'd break above that previous high, right? This has some Adam and Eve vibes. It's not perfect. I don't want to kind of get too crazy with you, but you kind of have this like slanted Adam and Eve in a way, right? You kind of think you already kind of, and look, it already kind of played out because you would draw your neckline here. You would draw your neckline to the head here and then swing it up. And that's likely where you're going to go. All right. Remember, I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance. I have no idea where Bitcoin's going to go. I just look at the probabilities every single day. Like today we saw a cup and handle, so I knew it was going to break out. But I didn't know what was going to happen. But the odds were high that we were going to make a move, right? I did see that Gensler might resign, but then I said that he might not. It's weird. I saw some articles about him possibly resigning due to some conflicts of interest. At the same time, he mentioned like he would resign and then said he wasn't resigning yesterday. A lot of mixed signals there. I like to keep him out of my mouth. You know what I mean? God bless him and his family. That's all I want to say. Hope he has a wonderful life and everything goes well for him, man. I project positive energy on everybody. All right. All right, let's take a look at the fan funding here and see what you all are talking about. So AI Malls is the first coin I want to discuss, and it's a tiny coin. I do own it. But again, if you pump my bags or not, it does not matter to me. The next coin on the radar is PALMAI, another low-cap gem that I got into very, very early. Well, look, they have a huge roadmap. They have a lot coming in quarter one of 2024, which just actually ended, right? We're now in quarter two. API and SDK release, unspecified event attendance, hardware for Web3 solutions, hardware, social media marketing for public utilities and tools, hardware for real-world assets. The Discord gets launched. The Sora integration to image generation. OpenAI's new Sora video generative AI will be integrated into PALM ecosystem, allowing users to create AI-generated videos and images. Usage will be tiered based on product keys and available as a crucial part of the creative image generation aspects of PALMAI. AI airdrop and utility web application used to AI optimize airdropper with the goal as being the most low-cost provider for a batch of AI airdrops. Even going as far to take risks to be on the negative side of the AI is not optimizing the transaction enough. We need PALMAI product key to use. WeChat and Spotify integration, network expansion. This thing is hot, man. I believe I found a gem of gems with PALMAI, but it's up to you. Now, people like PALMAI, they like PALAI. I also really like PALAI. However, I made PALMAI my lover because I got into PALAI was kind of a little hot, but create, integrate, and advance crypto and AI bots. There's no limits. PALAI makes more bots than any other Discord channel. It's like, on the Discord than any one of these doing it. Huge trading volume today, 10 times smarter than the other bots, and a nice market capitalization at only 400 million. These things could all go to $1 billion, $2 billion, $4 or $5 billion. 10xing looks easy to me in some of these AI sectors. So those are three hot coins you might want to write down. Most people know about PALAI, but not many people know about PALMAI. And AIT is brand spanking new. So I'll give you one more towards the end of the stream if you're good to me. If you get me to 1,000 likes, I'll give you one more at the end of the stream. But you gotta meet me both ways, baby. All right? Let's get all the way up to 841 likes, baby. Let's do it like we've never done it before. I love you all. I appreciate you. And I'm not done yet. We're going to start doing the super chats. We're going to take a look at a lot of awesome stuff right now, and we're going to break it down for you immediately. All right? All right, so let's talk about it. Let's break it down. Right now, I want to look at the total market cap in all of cryptocurrency, right? We're going to give you kind of the broader outlook of all the things that you need to know. So the bullish scenario is we bounce here, and we make this inverted head and shoulder that nobody can see but me. Shoulder, head, right? Oh, why'd you do that? Shoulder, shoulder, head, shoulder, shoulder. Blast to the upside. This might get a little tighter. Again, my projections are placeholders. We'll neaten them up at the right time. We just kind of slap them on for now. Now, if we lose this key level, we're dropping if we lose this key level, we're likely dropping down to here and then all the way down to the 0.618 to 1.675 trillion. With the way they're going to print money, with the opportunity in cryptocurrency, with the halving and the ETFs, why would people sell off over $50 billion or more worth of cryptocurrency? It wouldn't make sense to me, but again, we did it here, so anything is possible. But it logically wouldn't make sense. But, markets aren't usually logical. That's the problem, you know what I mean? They just do what the TA says they're going to do. But this is an interesting concept, right, that I keep showing you guys. And that's what you're going to get from me. Not just traditional technical analysis, but projections that might blow your mind. Things that might put you in a different light, make you think differently. Look, we're going to keep showing you as well. We have this beautiful ability to show you the smaller time frame, keep you on track with Bitcoin, and then jump back into hot altcoins. Just feed you the information at a fast rate that you've never seen possible. Let's take a look at some of these super chats, man. Blessing Sam, did you vote on Jupe new proposal? I did not. Thank you for telling me. If you haven't yet joined the Lifers and invest in your own freedom, take the time to do the Lifer Vision course. It changed my life, and I know it will change yours. Thank you, Sam, and your team. May God bless you and your family. Thank you so much. And I probably won't teach class until like May 18th, right? New to your channel. Been in crypto since 2017. Love your energy. Greetings from Montreal. And I can't choose between Toronto or Boston. Yeah. And I love you guys. Let's hope for 80K, man. I don't hope. Let's just play the charts one day at a time until things go the way they're supposed to go, right? And I love how you can like all these too. This is so cool. You can like them and you can heart them. It's so awesome, man. So I'll hit you guys with the likes and the hearts. Do it all. Shout out to Joker NYC, man. He's been with us for a long time, too. We appreciate you. Shout out to Dice5. Ski on base. I guess everyone's sweating ski. It had the Times Square ski mask dog on base. Had a little bit of a pump. Came back down, attempting to do a bit of a double bottom here. So you have this beautiful support at 004. It's got a $7.6 million market cap. Kind of as a descending triangle, but hey, it broke out nonetheless. And then you could kind of show this as a falling wedge. And it did break it right now. It did just break this long, not long, but this resistance since April 11th. 7-day resistance, right? Resistance. You're trying to break back above it. Your next level would be break above here and then to here. Now, is it going to pump? I don't know. Is it going to go down? Who knows? It's a tiny meme coin. It's on base, right? Yeah. Ski mask. No, it's on. Yeah, it is on base. Yeah. See, the thing is, you'll get wrapped ETH, and beginners will get thrown off thinking that's on Uniswap. And when they see base on Uniswap, they think it's on Ethereum, but it's not. It's on base. All right. Really easy way to go from base. You can just go base to ETH, and there's a basebridge.org. It's really simple, and you can just bridge from Ethereum to base. Connect your wallet, get it done. Simple. You can even do it inside of your MetaMask wallet, but you'll probably pay more of a fee to do that. Also, if you do this here and they end up ever giving out a coin or an airdrop, you'll be kind of documented as someone that did that. So you kind of want to come and bridge here a little bit, in my humble opinion. Even if you just bridge a couple times, it may end up, because base token, they'll probably come out with a token. They haven't said they would, but probably be advantageous if they will. Maybe they won't, based off the, keep the SEC after. I don't know exactly what they're going to be doing, but now look, this could be a shoulder, head and shoulders. See, the key to me is I don't know where Bitcoin's going. We watch it every single day. I do know when you get away from the 21, you have to come back to it. And smart move of me to cancel off that trade and wait for a better time to get in. All right? Definitely a better idea here. Okay. So funny, man. So I wouldn't make a trade right now. We're watching this flag out here. All right, 63.5 is still holding. We're going to also give you the possible bearish scenario today. If the 8-hour doesn't get back above the 200 SMA, we're going to be it's going to be back to the same old story. So we're going to need that to happen. So here's the total market cap in all of cryptocurrency. We really want this bounce back to the upside. We want to see if we can get back above resistance at $2.346 trillion. I love saying that. Trillion. Now, could the daily come and test the 200 SMA? That'd be a very healthy retest. If we ever lose the 200 SMA, it could be a bigger pullback. Are we in some type of huger pullback, black swan, or is this just, and if this happens like this, it's going to be a giant cup and handle. You see this? And I'm going to be like, let's trade this Sammy cup and handy to the upside. It's going to be a beautiful cup. There's your handle. You're going to take wick all the way to kind of the lowest wick there. And that would we would blast to the upside, break that all-time high, and be on our way to $3.94 trillion. Who believes we get to 10 trillion? Let's take a poll here. I want to see what you guys think here in the poll. All right. So we'll come back to the live chat. Go Pens. Yeah, right. Man. Trio, hidden gem you might like. Ordinals. Trio's hot. And again, I'm going to dedicate about 10 minutes to another interesting concept that I really believe you should know about that could blow your mind. 1 minute in golfing, man, it's a 1 minute, bro. Yeah, you can't. The 1 minute isn't a golfing handle, I'll look at it though. So here's the deal. Engage with your audience. Let's start a poll. Where does the total market cap, and I want to see you guys, maybe you've never thought of this, go this cycle? Where does the total market cap go this cycle? All right. 5 trillion. 7.5 trillion. If I could spell, I could actually spell really well. I can't type. It's two different things, right? But that's the sad thing about not being able to type. People think you can't spell. You know what I mean? I was amazing in spelling bees. 9 to 10 trillion. I believe it's highly likely we could get to 9 to 10 trillion dollars. That's kind of where I sit, but I don't know. You know what I mean? I want to see what you guys think in the chat. I want to see what does the total market cap go. Where does the total market cap go this cycle? And jump on into there. Let me know. Hit the poll. Everyone, if you want to join and understand what I learned and understand what I'm doing, hit the link here. It takes you to cryptolifer.com. That's my beautiful website that I created. Jump on in, man. Join today. Cryptolifer.com. Put your email address in here too and consent to receive a newsletter. We're going to give it to you every single week, 2 Saturday and Mondays, to blow your mind. And you have to give us a little bit of value, which is 5 to 10 seconds of your time to write down your email address. And I'm going to give you so much value back. Join the trading group that never takes a day off. Join the trading group that's so dedicated to the students and the people that pay to be in the group. This is college. 4 years from now, you're going to have a handle over what's happening in these markets, and it's going to change your life. Doesn't mean it's going to take you 4 years to make money, but it's going to take you 4 years to become pretty solid at all the ins and outs of trading. Trading is not a simple thing. It doesn't take a small amount of time. It takes a dedicated amount of time to really, really get yourself going. So it's interesting. We are making a little flag here, and we are saying, hey, we got support. So Bitcoin is starting to build some support at 63,500. I like it, and I like it a lot. Right? I love that. She's like, Dumb and Dumber, you telling we're going to be together? She's like, the chances of me and you being together are 1 in a million. He goes, so you're telling me there's a chance? You know, one positive thought is stronger than 1,000 negative thoughts. Let me say that again. One positive thought is stronger than 1,000 negative thoughts. Amen. So powerful, so strong. Okay? So all you have to do each day is have, 5 to 10 positive thoughts, even just 2 to 3 if you can. If you're having a hard time, just get one in. One positive thought. You can, you will, you are the best, and you're going to slowly push away and get yourself to another level. All right? But you got to push yourself to the limit. You got to have it. You got to go all the way. You got to. All right? Let's get back to, we got the total market cap in all of cryptocurrency. If we bounce, we're going to go sideways. If we lose this level, we're dropping to the 200 SMA and to the 618 golden pocket, which is, could happen. What's more likely right now? Honestly, because of how the Stokes are looking, and let's see if this 8-hour got above its 200. So this is still below the 200 SMA. Now I get rid of this line. I don't need it. But this is still below its 200 SMA. So we need the total market cap to also get back above the 8-hour 200. Okay? We're going to look at Total 3. Total 3 is what? It's all of the altcoins. All right? It's all the altcoins without Bitcoin and Ethereum. So I'm going to delete all my work on this. We're going to go to the weekly on that. We're going to take a look at this moving average. And I'll be back with my weekly analysis. Last week, my life was just too hectic. I had to take a drive. I can't believe that was just last Friday that I took the car. Weeks are just disappearing so fast. And there was nothing wrong with the Cadillac. I was a neurotic car owner who thought I heard something. They said they did a whole test on it. Nothing wrong with the Cadillac at all. So the Cadillac is not defective. The Escalade is money. Dude, it's a beautiful car. I have to be honest. You get in that car, you are living in luxury. It has a massaging seats. It tells you everything that's going on outside. It's huge. People stare at it whenever you drive by. They're just like, what is that, right? It's such a beautiful car, man. And, man, I don't know, if you're from Boston or you're Irish, the Cadillac was the Irish thing, man. The old, all the old Irish guys rock the Cadillac, man. So my whole life I dreamed of rocking a Cadillac, and I still can't believe that I got Cadillac, man, because it's just, again, it means nothing. My kids are everything. My wife is everything. But it was a little dream of mine. You know what I mean? That I always kind of thought about in the back of my head. And honestly, there was times where I thought it would never happen to me. So that car reminds me that anything is possible in life. And that if you stay positive and you push yourself, that you can achieve dreams that you thought weren't possible at other times in your life. And then you realize, what other dreams can I accomplish? Where else can I go? What else can I do? Right? And it's not only just about buying nice things and stuff. It's about what can you do for others? My wife feeds kids in other countries. We're not asking for any money or anything like that. She takes a portion of our money and she makes sure every week that someone is feeding children in Afghanistan. Her motherland country. My wife wasn't born there. She was born in America. But my wife is Afghan. A lot of people don't know that. My kids are Irish Afghan, right? So my kids are Afghani, man. And so it's interesting, right? When you think about it. Like, whoever thought Sam Price from Boston, Irish, Massachusetts would marry a woman of Afghani descent, right? And that just shows how open-minded I am. Like, I didn't stay closed, so it just, blessings on blessings. This could come back down here to this 618 golden pocket, right? Just something that could happen unless we get the bounce. So we're all waiting on either the bounce or the break to the 618. What's going to happen? We're going to watch the smaller time frames, and we're going to trade throughout the day, and I'm going to teach you. And if we see key levels lose, like we lose a support or resistance, you know what I mean? And we're going to find out on Bitcoin, really. Bitcoin's going to tell us, and then Total 3 will likely follow. But I like these wicks to the upside. I want to see this bounce back up. Let's take a look at our 8-hour. Our 8-hour is showing some signs of life, but for the altcoins, it's a little overbought compared to Bitcoin. Interesting. The altcoins are actually in somewhat of a descending triangle here, right? So the altcoins look a little weaker than Bitcoin. I have to tell you that. Because the 8-hour for Bitcoin has legs and wants to move up. The 8-hour for the altcoins is like, it would have to flip up here and pump to the upside. I almost feel like we're in this falling wedge that broke out and broke back inside. See? And so we need a bounce here back to the upside. We'll get rid of this projection for now. But we need this bounce back to the upside. This would be the move. And then we could get this, the inverted head and shoulder. And we could start to get busy here. So that would be really what I'd like to see. It's a high possibility, but you never know. You never know. Let's get into the DXY because we have to. Let's take a look at what's happening with the DXY right now on the 1-hour time frame, 8-hour time frame, daily time frame. So here we go. It's not over yet. Shoulder, shoulder, head, shoulder, shoulder. I still see a possible head and shoulder pattern here as long as we don't breach this 107.24 level. We're also overbought now on the daily. The DXY did what it could, and now it's getting overbought. So what do I see happening for the DXY? Well, it is somewhat inversely correlated to Bitcoin. Not always, not always, but it is somewhat inversely correlated to Bitcoin. All right. Remember, I got a lot to go over. We're not done yet. I got to talk about BRC20. We just have so much to talk about today. My goodness, it never ends. So look, the tight moving averages did propel us to the upside. But we have this resistance here for the DXY. I'd like to see this break back down to the bottom of the pattern with this overbought daily. However, look at that 4-hour. Yo, that 4-hour wants to do some damage. But look, shoulder, head, and shoulder too. But you still got this kind of flag here. So there's a chance that we still get a pullback for Bitcoin and a dollar pump. And there's also a chance that Bitcoin and the dollar pump together. Let's take a look at Bitcoin dominance and see what's happening with Bitcoin dominance. All right. So Bitcoin dominance, let's break it down. I showed you it was in this flag, and I said there's likely a big pump for Bitcoin dominance. But I also told you that Bitcoin dominance pumps for two reasons. One, when Bitcoin takes a massive dump, and one, when Bitcoin takes a massive pump. Why does it pump when Bitcoin takes a massive dump? Because you got a lot of people that are trading BTC pairs. They're trying, they're greedy. They want to make more Bitcoin on their altcoins. Not greedy, but some are greedy, some are trying to, that's what they want. What happens is Bitcoin starts to, struggle, and altcoins get hit way harder than Bitcoin. So people go, I don't want to get back into fiat. So they don't want to get into Tether. They're already convinced they're going to stay in Bitcoin, right? So, but they run out of the altcoin back into Bitcoin, so they don't lose more money. You see, Bitcoin will take a 4% fall, 3% fall, but the altcoin will take a 20 to 30%, maybe even 100% fall. So you don't want to lose 100% of your money or just 3 to 4%. So people rush back into Bitcoin when Bitcoin dominance rushes up. Then how would you understand Bitcoin dominance then if it's going to go up? It doesn't tell you. That's when you bring in Tether dominance. So if Tether dominance says it's going up with Bitcoin dominance, then people are getting out of Bitcoin and the altcoins. Agreed? So that's why we look at Tether dominance. Tether dominance crawled with Bitcoin dominance. When they go up together, people are getting out of coins. You see? So if we can understand or find a correlation, we can likely see what's happening in the market. So look, this is a bit of a rising wedge. This looks like it may continue. This tells me we may get that bigger pullback for Bitcoin. It may not all be fine and dandy. We may get that bigger dump down to the 618. It would be it would be really good opportunities, honestly, in my humble opinion. A lot of you guys that jumped on in, you didn't get Bitcoin at those prices. You had to chase Bitcoin at these higher prices. So because of that, it would be a blessing if Tether dominance broke out of here to the upside. There is some bearish div. All right. I'm going to delete all my work here and look at it on the daily. I want to give you the information that you really need. Even the 3-day chart here. So levels to watch. We're right here at a resistance for Tether dominance. We break up, we come to the next spot, and we bounced off support. I'd love to see this resistance hold and the 3-day chart start to collapse to the downside. So what we want to see is we ought to see tether dominance start to break down here, right? That's what we're looking for. Remember, we're the first ones, one of the first people kind of show you this symmetrical triangle. They break to the downside. We had the measured move. Bang, 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 right? It's just pretty interesting how it all ends up playing out. Overbought on the 3-day chart, likely getting a bit of a pullback here for Bitcoin. I mean, for the DXY, sorry, for the DXY. So I'd like to see this 3-day chart pull us back. I'd like to see the daily also do the same thing with the bearish div. Can we get out of this 4-hour issue? So I'd want to see U.S. tether dominance not get back above 519. Tether dominance is basically DXY. They move together, but now let's look at Bitcoin dominance on the daily. All right. That actually is pulling back, but could flip at any moment. That's bullish to me. So it's telling us we could lose tether dominance, but gain Bitcoin dominance, which means people are going to pump. So this is giving us an indication that Bitcoin actually may pump. You get it? Because this isn't a flag outside of the bigger channel. And then tether dominance looks like it wants to pull back. Now they could pump together. That means we're going to dump. But if they both look uncorrelated, it tells you we're likely going to get a move for Bitcoin. The altcoins may not move as hard. And this says, hey, Bitcoin's going to make a move up. We're going to get back to 58% on Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin dominance is how much of the percentage of the market is in Bitcoin compared to the rest of the market. Key insights every day here. All right. So Bitcoin dominant, total 3, Bitcoin dominance, DXY. And then I like to look at the S&P futures for you guys every day too, and just take a look at all the people who are trading S&P, the nasty Nas, right? And so let's get rid of all our old work. Let's look at the weekly chart, and let's talk about it. So the S&P also had a nasty move to the downside after just being, hugely. Look, if you remember and you watch my channel, I called the bottom of the S&P based on the 3-day chart. How did I do it? Hidden bullish, like I'm showing you for Bitcoin. I saw that this was a swing up, but this was a swing down. I saw that this was a cup and handle. I finally deleted it, but I had it for years. I kept my work here for a long time. If you watch my channel, I drew this cup and handle. I found this divergence in October last year, and I called the bottom for the S&P on a plane. A guy was next to me. I told him that's where you load up on the. I said that you're going to see a huge reversal. We did that. Then I saw the cup and handle, and they call me Sammy Cup and Handy, and I called this out. This is documented, and I said watch us break to the upside. I said there's hidden bullish on the 3-day, and then I gave that entry too off the point of control. I called the S&P like so beautifully well, based on just using my traditional strategies. Tight moving averages above the high volume node on the point of control, low stochastics, low RSI. Where do you think you're going? To the upside. It plays out so lovely. If you need something else, try your Fibonacci. You're likely hitting a 618 golden pocket, which you were. My model is hidden bullish, 618 golden pocket, point of control, low Stokes, low RSI, curving MACD. You're ready to rock. Tight moving averages. It's all there. I teach my students this in a class every single month. I teach a class, and it's a live class. You can buy it if you want. You can buy a recording of it. And the stuff that I figured out, nobody else teaches the way I teach it. Everyone should be unique if you're a true teacher. And, no one's path is the same in cryptocurrency, and neither is mine, neither is yours. So this was a really nice move for Bitcoin. I mean, for the S&P futures. I love Bitcoin, but for the S&P futures. Okay. So now what? What happens? Well, the 3-day chart has reset without losing a lot. Usually when the 3-day chart goes that down, you get a nasty dump to the downside. The weekly is also resetting without much. And so what we're looking at, and they're going to print money. They're going to print a lot of money. So we may go a little lower. I draw a fib from here to here. We may come down to the 618 golden pocket, but then it looks like we're going to bounce, make some type of ascending triangle, and continue to the upside. I see they printing money. If they're printing money, things that are worth dollars have to go up in value. If a watermelon's $1 and they print $100 billion, a watermelon has to go up to like $10. You know what I mean? If they expand the money supply, it has to go into prices. There's no other place for it to go but into the prices. So look for this S&P to go sideways and pump to the upside. This will take some weeks of sideways price action as we get into the election season. Look, that would be October, and then the real money printing would really start. They would ramp up that money printing really hard. All right? We know what they do. They do it every election. We're onto them. We see it. So this is bullish to me. All right? I'm bullish on the S&P futures. Okay, back to Bitcoin, which I know that's all you care about over here. And then I got to break down something else that's happening in the space. So remember, my first encryption on my Xverse wallet, right, was last October, if you remember correctly. Can never remember this. I do have it. I got my Unisats wallet. Anyway, I have it written down. I promise. I have it written down. I have it written down. But anyway, I wanted to show you the ordinal that I made like over a year and a half ago now. And so I got into BRC20 very early. I got into STX very early. We got into Alex Labs very, very early. Me and my students, we're really on to the newest, hypest stuff. You know, I can't be the best at everything. That would be ridiculous. But I am pretty good at understanding the next trend, where we're going, what's happening. So look at the 8-hour breaching the 200. We just want to see that hold for the rest of the day. It kind of has head and shoulder vibes, in my humble opinion. Bear with me, I'll clean this up for you in a second here. That doesn't need to be as big. Kind of see almost like a symmetrical triangle there. Not amazing though. Let's see if I see something different. Did it break out, break back inside? Yeah, I'm just trying different ideas here. Hold on. So BRC20 is going to be big. Runes is going to be very, very big. All right? I'm going to do a bunch of research and watch 10 times speed and all the hottest rune stuff that's going on. But runes is a big deal. You know, the oracles of division. Runes. Oh, no, this is different. But rune magic. And this is why the guy called it runes, right? If you understand, like, he's taking it from this old cryptic idea, right? They're singular net runes, man. Learn the runes for the Valhar, right? This guy really, I think he'll give you the best information about runes. I watched him last night, and so it was pretty interesting. Now you're going to be able to mint meme coins on runes, and they're going to be big, man. And you can only name them one name, 13 characters. Every 4 months, you could take a character off. 4 months later, they're going to be 12. And then 11. And then, so think about it. If you can do the math, you're going to be able to mint a Pepe coin on runes, but it's going to be like, I don't know, like something like, if I could do the math quickly, right? 13, minus 8 times 4. Yeah, 30. And so in 32 months, basically a little under 3 years, the Pepe coin will probably come out on runes because you'll be able to mint 4 characters. Okay. But I'm telling you, man, BRC20 is going to be huge. Pops on BRC20 is big. There's just a lot of stuff going on with runes and BRC20, and I believe it launches tomorrow or the next day. You got Sats Hunter. You got my man, and again, one of my best friends in the space, my buddy that I worked with in the past, Crypto Lifestyle, Francis Dunn, right? Crypto, he has like put a 7 in his name, I guess, for some reason. I'll just write Francis, right? Francis Dunn, man, Crypto Life, right? This guy, he's been into BRC20 hard, right? I'm thrilled to announce the launch of Sat Hunter, the first public inscription tool powered by BRC20 tokens, ordinals, and Bitcoin, and soon runes. And, you know, runes airdrop. Only 24 hours left. That was 42 minutes at Sat Hunter. This is urgent stuff, man. I'm telling you right now, someone just paid 0.5% for Sat Hunter ordinal when the floor price is 0.05. You're not bullish enough. So crazy, right? So if you want to understand runes, man, this is the guy to go to. He knows. Like, I'm not going to act like I'm the expert on runes, but I know who the experts are. And this is one of my good friends. Just got back from Hong Kong. He inspired me to buy the Escalade. He bought the V, baby. You know what I mean? And so I was with him one day, and he was like, dude, he goes, man, he texted me. He goes, man, buy that thing. because every time you get in that car, you're never going to regret it. You're going to love every single second in that car, man. And shout out to my man Francis. We love you. They call him Mr. 100X, man. Unbelievable. So check him out. He's going to really teach you a lot about BRC20. He makes BRC20 his whole world. And I guarantee he makes boatloads of money off of BRC20. So that's your dude. If you need to know more about what's happening with runes, like I'm going to be talking to him later on today. I also have people in my trading group, and we also have a BRC20 section in my trading group I made over a year ago. So we have a BRC20 section in the trading group right here, BRC20. And people talking about floor prices, ideas. Today at 6:30, someone was talking about Merrill. I got a Rune Punk and Bitcoin Burials under 1K combined. Figured I might as well have a bit of exposure. So there's just so much in my trading group, man. We have NFT Web3. We have BRC20, the DeFi Zone, ADA, and Tap Tools. All right. And then we show you how to trade as well. Shout out to the 61,800 followers, subscribers on my channel, man. I appreciate y'all more than you ever know. So look at the 15-minute. It's away from the 21, but it crossed. So we just need to see this happen here. Some type of flag on the 15-minute, and we can reset with the 21-day moving average. That's all. I think we stay off the smaller time frame for now and just watch this 15-minute reset. And again, it could do one of two things. We do the Twisted Sister. We don't know exactly how it's going to reset. We just know that the 21 has to touch price before we continue to go up. Bing, bing, bing. I learned this. It's the sauce. All right. Once you get this sauce, you'll understand what's happening. I'll update my group more about this as time goes on. So I felt we had a great stream. Let's jump on into the super chats now and see what's happening to each and every one of you. I did not mean to skip any of them, and we're gonna break them all down for you right now. Shout out to the fan funding. I'm not getting full access. Just disconnect and connect. Go to the website, disconnect and connect again. You'll be ready to go. All right. Blessing Sam, did you vote on the Jute proposal? No, I did not. No group can now trade the 99. I put everything I love on that. Amen. And so someone asked about Shintropy. Someone asked about Core. And we did ski on base already. So not a lot of super chat today, which is interesting. Usually we have like hundreds. It's really weird. Not hundreds, but at least like 20 to 30 almost every single time. But let's talk about it. Let's break it down. You're asking about Core AI, right? So let's take a look at Core. We traded this coin on and off. I like it. Oh no, that's Clore AI, right? Yeah, this is Core DAO. Sorry, getting them confused. So let's take a look at what's happening. The first time I ever look at a coin when it's new, or I delete all the work. I go to like the biggest time frame I can. Looks like the daily's got pretty good coverage here. So Core came out in February of last year, a year and some time, right? And then it dumped all the way back down to 55 cents to rip all the way to 40 in that huge rally. And actually, this thing really just started to pump. The late March. So in this thing went from 50 cents, wow, to 430, only to crash back down pretty hard, right? Off the what? The 786 Fibonacci retracement. This stuff is clockwork, my friends. The more you understand your fibs, the better off you're going to be when it comes to all these coins. Then you have this key level here that you're bouncing off which is the 0.618 golden pocket. When this continues to break out, if this continues to break out, the measured move takes you to about 519, 520 area. You have resistance here for sure at 270, where you might have to kind of take a chill pill. Again, what I believe, there's times to swing trade, there's times to go hard, there's times to leverage trade, there's times to do all these different things. This is for me when I build a bag. I'm getting into certain coins. You know, I'm buying Omdo. I'm buying GFI. You know, I like Emerald. I like Bricken. And I gave my entire group the hottest coins. Today is our weekly screen share. Every single Thursday night, I hang out from 8:30 to 10, sometimes to 11:30. It's usually 2 to 3 hours. And we go over my entire portfolio. I talk about what I added, what I might get out of, which is usually rare. I don't really swing out of a lot of things. I stick to my convictions. But tonight's going to be amazing. I hope you can be there. I can't wait to see you. It's going to be absolutely amazing. So and then I also go over token metrics, all right, which I'll flash for you real quick. And I pay for the advanced Astro Bot Society NFT, so I'm inside the exclusive club in token metrics, which are greatly appreciated. That was gifted to me by a lifer. Okay. Look, Omni Network, Gala, Brett, and Niza Global. All right. And I was going to talk about my Brett coins that I got. I got I got some cool coins on base. I swear I know my passwords. So I got some Normie. I got some Brett. I got some Roost. I got BASEDAI. I got BASEDAI as well. All right. See BASEDAI, and I also have BASEDAI. Okay. I even got airdrops from Toby, which didn't do much. Don't touch baby. It was a honey poot. All right. Anyway, in understanding how to get BASEDAI on is very simple. How to get BASEDAI onto your you just go to this go to the BASEDAI website. You know what I mean? Everyone, if you need an extension for your taxes, you didn't do your taxes, you don't know what's going on, maybe you just want some questions. Maybe you thought you did them right, but you're not sure. I would get a free consultation from Decrypted.tax while you still can. And maybe you need to file for an extension. Enjoy 25% off of the pricing and book yourself a free consultation. Decrypted.tax. We greatly appreciate Decrypted.tax, and we love you guys. They have a tax attorney there as well as a CPA, which you don't get everywhere else. This is my personal tax attorney. All right. So blessings on blessings, everybody. We love you. We appreciate you. And that's going to start the end of the show. And you can see we didn't make any live trades today. The market was a little iffy. Core AI. Oh, yeah, let me finish Core AI. So sorry. I'm a little all over the place today because I'm all over Bitcoin. I like this cup and handle here for Core AI. I mean, I'm sorry. It's Core DAO. Please forgive me. You can tell I got a lot on my mom, man. I'm about to move to a new state with my kids and wife. I got to break down look at how I got to do. When the moving company comes in 2 to 3 days, I have to take down all my monitors, untake them from my whole setting that I haven't done in like 2 years, unplug every wire, label them, put them nicely away in boxes, and then I'm going to have to set up my travel setup, which I'm going to have to sit in my own house and do the travel setup for like 6 days, from like the 22nd to the 28th. And then I got to travel to Florida, keep my travel set up, and then build this studio back up. It's going to be an insane 3 weeks for me until I'm back up in my home studio again. So it's not going to be easy. Moving is not easy. Nobody said anything was easy. If I wanted to be easy, I wouldn't be doing it, right? But yeah, that's a cup and handle. I like that movement. The 4 hour looks interesting to me. I wouldn't be surprised if this thing breaks to the upside. I would watch this closely today. Altcoins are still hot right now, certain altcoins. And so don't sleep. It's got a nice trend line. That's a cup and handle. I could see this thing doing gains. Let's take a look at NOIA Syntropy. And remember, if you don't get your super chat done, you can always come back. We put a timestamp to it. So you can always come back and get it. All right? The TA will still be there for you. So the last time someone talked about this, I put it in this flag, and it looked like it was going to do numbers. And I actually put it out to the trading group. You can see I actually have a trade on this. Daily looked interesting. Kind of slumped a little bit now. But could it hold the zone? The 2-day chart looks really good to me. So I'd watch this on the 2-day chart for a move. It could be a shoulder ahead and a right shoulder there. We could get a drop if the whole market takes a bit of a dippy. And that's why I use a stop loss. But I could see this thing going up 187% back to 57 cents. That's what I'm looking at. And as we end the stream, really lackluster. No live trade. It was kind of just, a nothing burger for most of the day. A little bit of a pump. And again, we're going to watch that 15-minute and watch it flag out here. And likely, this could be our next big trade later on today. So I'm not saying we don't pump. We're just going to play the charts the way the charts give us. And I can't wait to see what happens. Everybody, I love you. I appreciate you. And I thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when I post my next video. Remember, if you came to the channel, then you are doing the right thing. I love you all. I appreciate you all. Stay focused. Stay disciplined. Believe in yourself. Get rid of negative people. Cut them out of your life. Push yourself to the limit. I'm telling you right now, you can do anything you think is possible. I love you all. I appreciate you. And I'll see you again tomorrow for another beautiful live stream. And if you're in my trading group, you're going to hang out with me again tonight from 8:30 to 11. I can't wait to kick it with each and every one of you. We're going to have an absolute blast. Those are my favorite times, those weekly screen shares. So I love you all. I appreciate you all. And I thank you so much for your viewership. Dear Lord, thank you for a beautiful live stream. Thank you for keeping me positive. Thank you for keeping me healthy. And thank you for keeping my family and everything in my life intact. Amen. May all of your families be okay. May everything you're going through No matter up or downs, may you get out of it with the best learning lesson possible, and may you learn from all of life's beautiful lessons. All right. I love you all. I appreciate you. And I'll see you tomorrow for a beautiful live stream. And I'll be in the trading group with my peoples throughout the day. Be safe, everyone. And look, the 15-minute has to come back to the 21. That's just what has to happen. I didn't put you in a long. I didn't do it, a little bit of a short if you wanted to. But to me, it wasn't substantial enough to just run into the short. And this kind of creates a bit of a cup and handle there, too, that could continue to the upside. All right, everyone. I love you. I appreciate you. And I'll see you tomorrow.